Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to Vintage Story. Hope you guys are doing good today. I am doing great. So in the last episode we got our Helve Hammer running. Currently have it disabled because it's kind of annoying to listen to it all the time. But we did put some iron in the bloomery yesterday and we did not get a chance to see what comes out of here. So we are going to break this bloomery now that it has finished and see what we get. Well, you can break the top off apparently. So it says we have 6 cast iron blooms in here. So yes, iron blooms. Alright, well let's go ahead and grab a torch and some charcoal. We're going to go ahead and heat these guys up. And hi there, Mr. Drifter. So let's go ahead and heat these guys up. Oh, one at a time? Really? Okay, well, I suppose we'll prep a second one. And I do have some copper in that one, so we'll go ahead and just place this in here. So we will have a little bit of stuff heating up here. Now, I'm pretty sure we're going to have to let these blooms get to a very high temperature. And then we need to run these through the Helve Hammer. Now, I don't know if the copper anvil will work with iron and the Helve Hammer, but I do know that the bismuth bronze will work. So we'll probably just leave that there for the moment. We are probably going to have to go out and try to get some resources to make some more bronze, because it does take 900 units of bronze to make an anvil, and we are going to need another one. So yes, I suppose let's go ahead and light the second forge now, and let's get a little bit of space on our hotbar so that we can grab this thing. We're up to about 900 degrees right now, so hopefully this will work. Let's go ahead, and while that's finishing heating up, let's get our Helve Hammer hooked back up. And graphical glitch. Where's the gear? I don't know, but we'll go ahead and just replace this, and there we go. So yeah, that is looking pretty nice and hot. We're at 1100 degrees, which is maximum temperature, and look at that. So now we have to let this sit here and go through that. Now we could do it manually, but it's going to break off all of the slag bits and bring all of the iron bits together. So I would be kind of interested to see what this looks like with all of the slag bits missing. But once this is done, it will be an iron ingot. So yes, we have a long process for making iron ingots now. Hence the reason I would like to get the second Helve Hammer running. But we need more anvils if we're going to do that. Also, this room, I was expecting a bit more space here. Maybe we could turn the Helve Hammers lengthwise here. That might work. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yes, you can see it is slowly breaking off all the slag, and then it's going to bring all of the iron together, and we'll have ingots. So yes, this is probably going to take a little while. I think my hammer is getting close to dead. I kind of don't want to do this with my hammer. But yeah, that is pretty cool. So yeah, we can see that there it broke off some slag, there it filled in the iron, broke off some slag, and yeah, it'll just keep doing that. So that's pretty cool. I like it. It's kind of a neat little system there, but it will take quite some time to get a decent amount of iron. We can't do it like we did before, where we just had a whole gob of these bloomeries. I think we had 24 of them, and we got 6 ingots out of each one. That is a lot of ingots. But yes, shouldn't have lit the second one. Oh well. I guess we'll learn the speed of what these things are capable of. Also, it would be nice if this was going a little faster. But yeah, I'm going to get these blooms forged into ingots, and then we're going to head out and take a look at what we are going to be working on today. And due to popular demand, we are going to be dealing with these guys. And now, I have noticed when I move into this area, my frame rate drops substantially. And I don't know for sure what the reasoning is for that, but we go from, over here we get our 60 FPS, and actually right now I'm only getting 30 some. But if I come out here a little ways, the frame rate just continues to go up. We're 50, and it just keeps going up. But when we head back over here into the town center, the frame rate drops. So that's kind of irritating. I don't know what is going on there. I'm actually only recording at about 23 FPS right now. So yeah, there's definitely something is not right with my settings or the computer or something. I don't know what is going on for sure. But hey, this is just about done. Awesome. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can figure out what is wrong with my computer here for starters. And then we will start looking at getting some things straightened out with our livestock. Well, this is rather interesting. So we can actually speed up the process of the held hammer on working these blooms tremendously by knocking off the slag ourselves. I would have never thought that was a thing. So yeah, you can see we knock off huge amounts of slag every time that we hit this thing. So yeah, it's definitely in your favor to help out the held hammer on this. So now all that we have left is iron, and it will reconstitute that into the iron ingot for us. That is pretty cool. So yeah, I was not able to get all of these done, but I will say I kind of got my computer situated again. We're getting a full 60 FPS. I think part of the problem was Discord, of all things. So Discord was using a huge amount of memory, shut that down, and things seem to be working a lot better now. I don't know. But anyway, look at it. Let's go ahead and, well, we might want to wait around for this ingot. But we're going to head out and start gathering up some resources to get some of this stuff going. And let's shut this thing down or else I'm going to go insane. There we go. So, we are going to be using a lot of oak in this particular build. And I have planted a large oak forest over here. So as we can see, there are tons of oak trees over here, and a pig. So yeah, lots and lots of oak trees over here, and that is perfect. That should give us plenty of wood. So I have a whole bunch of trees to cut down because I know that as far as oak wood is concerned, we have almost none. So, yep, this axe is going to get a little bit of a workout. Well, all I can say is there was a lot more wood in that forest that I planted than I thought was going to be there. So, I actually had made, I think I planted about 2 stacks of saplings over there. And I ran completely through an iron axe. I got so much wood that I decided to put some of it down here in our charcoal pit. So we will be getting into that here soon. However, we still have tons and tons of logs. So we have this chest completely full of oak logs. This one is almost completely full because I had 1 stack of pine logs that I could not put in there. And then I filled this one as well. So we have logs and logs and logs and logs and logs. Oh, and by the way, logs. But we are going to get started on our barn next. And this thing, it might cause a little bit of controversy. We are going to be using I think it's one of the ugliest rocks that I have. These guys. The peridot. Or peridotite? I don't know. So, we need to make a whole bunch of cobblestone out of this stuff. We're going to need cobblestone bricks, we're going to need cobblestone stairs, and we are going to need a lot of cobblestone slabs. So, yeah. Well, I might have to see actually how much of this we're going to need. But I think I'm just going to make 164 of slabs, 164 of, well, 164 clay of slabs, 1 of stairs, and 1 of blocks, which I've already done the blocks. So next up we've got slabs. So that's going to make 2 stacks of slabs. And then finally, we will make the stairs. And we still have a couple of stacks of the stones left. Okay. And I forgot to put my snapshot of this build on my other screen. Now, I guess when I think about it, there have been requests to see my creative world. Now, it's not really much to look at. Most of the buildings are half built, but let's go ahead and head over there real quick. Take a look at this thing. It's, like I say, it's not really much to look at, but we will be able to get a little bit of an idea of what we're going to be building here. So, let's let this load in here. And man, that is slow, but this is what we're going to be building. So we have some maple fences for reinforcement. We have a lot of this peridotite. I don't know how to pronounce that. Cobblestone. We even have some of the polished rocks there. We do have some polished granite along the bottoms, but also we are going to maybe need to go and try to find some different colors of gravel. Just trying to experiment a little bit with various different ways of decorating inside of this, and I kind of like it. But yes, this is what it's going to look like. So we are also going to need a lot more fire clay shingles. So yes, lots and lots and lots of stuff that I have to make. So that is the build we're going to be making, but we can see here we have the factory here that we built a couple episodes ago. The stone mason. We have the front of the warehouse, some experiments with various stuff trying to get the health hammer to work and messing with hoppers, and yeah, I don't like how far you can reach with this creative mode. Different stuff with experiments with fences and walls, ideas for light posts. Here's my house. So yeah, the house actually, I think I got most of, well, nope, didn't get all of it built. This one here is the potter's shop. This looks like the tannery / cannery. Obviously this is the blacksmith, which, no, darn it, creative, too easy to break things. The blacksmith got most of the way built. And so yeah, there's not really a lot going on here. I do like these paper lanterns. Wish that we could actually make those. But yeah, that's my creative world right now. Not really a lot to look at. But yeah, I am going to start putting some of this stuff together. And yeah, I don't know if we want to use the polished peridot on the bottom or the granite. I think we're actually going to go with the granite because it gives a little bit more color, but also oak logs. And yes, so I'm just going to go back to my single player world and start building this thing. And I'll bring you guys back in a little bit when I've got something to show you. Well, this is horrible news for me. So I came over here to grab some granite blocks, and we have 3 of them and no actual stone. That's all gravel, in case you're wondering. Which means I have to go out to the granite quarry, and I have not been out there in quite some time. So I have kind of cleaned my inventory out a little. We're going to have to grab a little bit of food. So let's go ahead and grab one of these. And we're going to have to head out that direction. Now, for those who are not familiar with my series here, the granite quarry is out in this direction. And I quarried this thing entirely with copper tools. And it is a bit insane. So I am going to head out this way, and I will meet you guys out at the quarry. So, the grand reveal. Yes, this thing is insane. And oh, I have some stuff left out here. What did I leave out here? I have a chest and a basket. That's empty, and so is that. Interesting. But yes, the way that we quarry stone is actually rather simple. So you dig a single path through the rock, and then you alternate every other block. So we need to get all the blocks away from a rock, and so we have this one broken, this one's broken, and this one is broken. So now if we break the one underneath it, we get that solid granite rock. So the way that I quarry here, it's basically the minimum amount of digging for the maximum amount of stone. So yes, this could take a while. Now with the Temporal Storm stuff and not having a bed out here, this might not be terribly fun when night hits, which it looks like it's gonna be hitting fairly soon. But I definitely need a bunch of this granite stone. So, yes. I suppose I will dig either until I run out of food or my pickaxe breaks. Whichever one happens first, which I'm probably going to run out of food first. Or inventory space, I guess, because we are getting a lot of granite rocks. So, yep, I will see you guys back at the base. Well, I have to say this is perfect timing. So, I have a heavy temporal storm coming in, and I am ready to start putting the roof onto the barn. And unfortunately, we are severely low on our fire shingles. Or fire clay shingles. So I am going to take the time to sit here and make a whole bunch of shingles. And yeah, hopefully we will get another chance to test out our bunker against these temporal storms. Now, the last temporal storm was only a medium temporal storm, and I don't feel that it was quite an adequate test. So this heavy temporal storm should give us more definitive results. But also you can hear there's plenty of drifters floating around outside. But yes, I will continue to work on this here. I would imagine that storm will be starting here fairly soon. I have a decent amount of fuel, which, by the way, is actually charcoal right now, because I do not have any peat. But yes, I am slowly getting some of these shingles cooked up. I actually have some here in my inventory that are still a little bit warm from the potter's shop. So, yep, I will be back in a little bit. Well, I have to say that was rather irritating. So I tried to log on here and the game kept crashing. Come to find out that there was an update to 1.12.6 and it caused the game to crash on startup for everyone. But updating to 1.12.6 and then to the stable version did fix the issue. But I have gotten the great majority of the framework done on this barn, and I've also done a little bit of decorating on the interior. So we have some storage vessels, some hay bales, some wooden crates, and yeah, I think that helps here a little. I'm not terribly sure about the floor. We may have to do some work on that. But we are finally ready to start putting the roof on this thing. So I've got a whole bunch of the peridotite stairs and slabs for that, and also tons and tons of fire bricks. And yes, this took an awfully long time to make all of these fire shingles. Took an awfully long time to make all of these shingles. But the other thing is we are going to have to start getting some charcoal here really soon, because to cook all of those shingles, which we still have a lot of shingles to cook, I was using charcoal. And we are now down to only, I think, 4 stacks. Yes, we have 4 stacks of charcoal left. Not very much in at all, really. So, yes, I did replant the oak forest out here that I had planted before. I planted one more stack of saplings, and these trees are just going to be thick in here. Now, much like I had happened last time, it will take a couple of axes to cut this many trees down. But I guess that's part of what you have to do to be able to continue forward in this game. But yes, we are going to start putting the roof on here. So we're going to start out by putting some, and you know what, we are going to make these into horizontal only slabs because we want these 1 block down. So some of the detail here that we could see from the outside before will disappear. But I think that'll be okay. So we need to come out 1 more there, and I was not meant to fall down. Eventually I'll have to get something set up to properly get up and down from this upper portion of the building. But we're going to go ahead and do that. Jeez, I am struggling big time here today trying to get this stuff set up. Well, that is annoying. Well, anyway, so now we will go ahead and place our stairs up here, and yeah, we are just going to be using the shingle stairs again. We haven't done any fancy roofs on these buildings, and maybe we will on some of them later on, but right now we have not. And I am going to give this a little bit more of a roof flare than we typically would see on some of these buildings. So then we'll do this on this side, and when we get the roof on here, this is going to make one heck of a difference to this building. But also you can see I've done a little bit of the decorating on the outside. We have some of the birch stairs. Well, we can't see them there. But if we look out the window, we can see the birch stairs out in front of the window. And I think that helps a lot. But let's go ahead and pop up over here, and we're going to at least get a little bit of this roof in here. So, yes, the fire clay shingles, and this one is going to need to be a clay block and then a slab. So, yes, I do have issues with drifters spawning on the roof of my house. You can see, oh, I missed a little bit of the granite slabs over there. I must have run out and thought, oh, well, I'll get that later, and then totally forgot about it. Yeah, that happens. But if we put these here, drifters can't spawn on the roof. So that is a good thing. Now, speaking of drifters, I have confirmed that the bunker that we have for the Temporal Storms does work. There have been absolutely no drifter spawns within that bunker ever with the Temporal Storms. But let's see here. If we go over here and start placing these down over here, we should be able to get a very good idea of what this roof is going to look like. So Yes, and for those of you who are wondering how I do these builds, I do a lot of research and get reference ideas, but I rarely, if ever, use exactly someone else's build. Now, in the case of Vintage Story, there are just not a lot of builds available, and so most of the time these builds are 100% from my own mind. And what I typically do is I will go to my creative world and get a little bit of an idea of what I'm going to be building, but not really get the specifics. And then I will flesh out the rest of it here in my survival world. So, yeah, just a little bit of insight into how I actually do my builds. But one thing that I was kind of thinking that we might need to do with this build is to add some dormer-like sections here, because it's going to be a lot of roof that is unbroken. And unbroken roof really is a bit of an ugly thing. But, yeah, and this doesn't really work terribly well either. But I guess it is what it is. And this here, we actually have to go like that, which really sucks. So, yeah, let's get the last little bit of roof up here so that we can see, at least from this side, kind of what this building is going to look like. So, nope. Well, that kind of sucks. And now we can't even get over the top because I put that right there. So this one we should be able to place both at the same time, as long as I don't screw this up. Now, I don't understand why the shingle blocks are so hard to break. They are a total pain when it comes to removal. But they also don't have a default tool as far as I know. So that could be part of it. And I guess we are out of shingles on that stack. So yes, this is pretty much what this is going to look like. So let's go ahead and pop down here, take a little bit of fall damage, and there we go, kind of. Yeah, definitely I am feeling like we should put a little bit of a dormer piece on here. But I think that is pretty much the build. Now we are going to have to get some more bees, because we are running out of, well, we are out of lighting sources, and we definitely need some light in here. But we are also going to need to move the livestock in here, which means we're also going to need to set up some pastures. Now, what my thought was is we would put the pigs on this side, have them coming out here. They could have this little pond for kind of a wallow, and there are some ways to make dirt that grass does not spread onto. I believe it's called cob. And oh, there is a cave here. Okay, so we're probably going to need to do something with filling that cave. Over on this side, I was kind of wanting to get the sheep, and I was going to give them a large pasture over here. And the chickens, we are going to have to build another building over here for the chickens. And that is part of the reason why I wanted to have this secondary exit here, so that we could go out through the side and to the chicken area. Because I don't want to have to build another path coming up into here. That would just feel weird. But yes, I am pretty sure that is going to be it for this episode. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on, or anything that you would like to see, be sure to leave that down in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye.